Hello. A lot of the time I get a lot of questions about the VA contract, so I thought that if I do a short video of how to complete this form, it will help a lot of agents that are not familiar with this form. Okay, here's the contract. I mean, this is to submit an offer. It's only a 3 pages contract. So if we go to the top, you don't have to worry about any of the area number. You have to enter the address. So let's say that it's 123 North Main Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. You have to enter, of course, the name of the person, John M. You have to provide the address where they live. So let's go ahead and use a different one because this is where they actually live. The VA requires that you enter the phone number. I'm not sure why, but they like to have that in their records. If there's any co-purchaser, I mean, you have to enter that person. Let's say that is Jennifer M. Let's see, well, you have to enter, I mean, you can actually enter same as above to make it easier. For the second purchaser, you don't have to enter the phone number. You need to specify how they're gonna take title. So if it is John M and Jennifer M, maybe a married couple, you need to specify if it is owner, occupant or not. You need to respond all these questions. If you say yes to any of these questions, you need to provide why. You need to say why. Why is yes. So in a lot of the cases, probably it's going to be no, but if you have a situation where you have to click yes, you need to tell us why. This section here is for cash offer, and this section here is for financing offer. Let's say that we're going to be doing financing. You have to enter how much you're going to be offering. If you're asking for closing costs, you need to enter that amount. You need to enter what the net sales price is. The commission is going to be the same for both sides. So let's say that is 3%. So it's going to be 3% for both sides. Really, you don't have to really worry about this part, but if you want to do it, you can enter that number. It's good to tell us what the down payment is going to be. If it is a 5%, you need to specify that. Amount to finance is going to be the $95,000. Just to make it easier. Please let us know also how many days to close, let's say 30 days. Earnest money, whatever the amount is going to be, you need to enter that amount. Make sure that you enter, make sure that you get both signatures and dated. Let's say that, you can put today's date, and make sure that everybody signs. Please enter all the information about your real estate firm. So if it is X Realty, make sure you tell us what the address is. Also, please let us know what your broker's name is. So if it is John X, you need to tell us that. Also give us yours. You have to provide your name, your phone number as well. You have to sign and date. So you have to sign here and date. So we're gonna go to the next page. Here you enter the closing date. So let's say that it's gonna be 30 days. Actually, let's see it. 12, 13, 18. The earnest money is going to be held by the buyer's title company. So if you know what the title company is going to be, you need to enter that name. So if it is YYY title company, you need to enter that information. Let me just go back up. Okay. There's not going to be any per diem. So if we continue going to the bottom, if it is financing, if you're gonna have an FHA, make sure that you click that. You have to tell us, since we say that it was gonna be 5% down payment, let's assume that it's a conventional. So the loan amount is gonna be $95,000. We know that. We don't really need to have, I mean, how many years, but if you want to provide that information, that's fine. The closing cost, if you're asking for the closing cost, make sure that you enter that information here. If you're not asking for closing costs, just make sure that it's 0 here, and it's also 0 in here. So I'm just gonna change that to 0. So make sure that everybody initials the second page, and then if there's any other special provision, you need to enter that right here. Make sure the buyers will sign here, and this is just a certification that you receive the earnest money, so you have to sign here at the bottom, and then initials again. So that's pretty much what you need for this contract. But still, if you got any other questions, I mean, just feel free. Just another thing, you can actually do this by hand. You don't have to do it by computer. I mean, so you can write it up by hand, because I mean, you may not have the same Adobe version that I have, so you might need to do it by hand. Just one last thing, you don't need to have the state contract to submit an offer, but you have to provide pre-approval or proof of funds and the earnest money. So those 3 things are required. So hope this helped. Thank you.